that, Bird kind of took over. Lattimore scored 27 or 29. I got it here somewhere, but he just took over again too, and there it is right there where he had 29. And again, it was 14-12 after the first quarter, and really not bad at the half, 29-20. So it's not bad, but you could feel everything turning a little bit towards the end of the second quarter, and then that's when it got crazy. They outscored us 18-12 in that third quarter, and we just 100. And they just never looked back. So, and then going on for game 3 or 4, Webster last night. Webster was I already mentioned it. Eli Roberts just took control. I mean, the guy had 28 and a couple dunks, and we were good for the first half. It was 22-18 at the half, and again, we're playing in spurts. We'll play a good quarter, and then we may go 2 bad ones. We've never played a 4-quarter solid game. Probably Northwest and Eastern were the 2 best games that Waverly played. They played pretty good throughout the game, but that's the problem we're running into. And then Saturday, to top it off, we went up to
Ohio Christian.
I couldn't even think of it. Ohio Christian. And, man, was that a heck of a game. 65-64 Eastern. Congrats to Ethan Lice and the Eagles. It was a big win. That's a really nice place up there. If high school coaches can play some of the games on bigger floors and college atmosphere, I mean, that floor, it's the same size as the one at the Convo, so about 94 feet, I think, 96 feet long. I mean, it's you can tell it's bigger. But, boy, they started out a house of fire. They had 5 threes in the first quarter. I think scored 24 points. And really that boosted them to the victory because from there on out, it was pretty much an even ball. I mean, that team came back. New Hope Christian now, they're coming to Waverly Saturday, and they're very solid. They got a 6'8" kid in the post. Very good player. And Eastern did a good job. He had 12 or 14 in the first half, never scored in the second half. So they fronted him and did a good job. And of course, Tucker and Jace, they went crazy. I think Jace had 26 and Tucker had 20, but he had like 5 or 6 threes, I believe. I know he had 5 for sure, if not 6. I'll have to look it up. But it was a great finish, and it came down to the wire. Eastern was down 1, and the big guy got the rebound on the baseline, and he turned to look to see where he wanted to throw it.
Yeah.
And Jace White come around from the backside, just picked it, laid it right in, give Eastern a lead. So they call a timeout with about 6 or 7 seconds left, I think. Maybe 8, right in there somewhere. Anyway, they bring it up, and they get a good-looking shot from the left wing. I can't think of the guy's name. Parker might have been his name. But anyway, he shot, and that thing bounced and then rolled and then fell off. I mean, it was like 3 seconds to get the shot. Everybody, some of the guys that said they were listening to the game said, Fred, how long did it take that ball to roll off the rim? It seemed like forever.
Yeah.
But, it fell off, and a great win for Coach Lice and the Eagles. And I'll tell you what, 5 games in a week.
Oh, I'm sure you're wore out.
I was a tired cat.
Good paycheck,
we
though.
can rest here in a couple of days.
Yep.
Yeah, and so the Eastern Eagles actually won last night over South Gallia, 53-49, and then the Eastern Eagles take on Sims Valley. Now that's a big Sims Valley's got a pretty good record, but they're coming to the Eagles' Nest, and Rockin Raj and myself are going to have the call on that one, and I believe the Swindler Declan Davis is going to join us for that call. And we're going to have it here on 100.1. We're also going to have it on YouTube and on Main Street TV on Facebook. So hopefully, Raj, you and I get to sing the Eagles to victory.
You've got that right.
Get your signature Count It Neighbors out there.
Yeah.
And, so Eastern and Waverly both have games before the cutoff of the tournament, so they've got a chance to improve their position for both. Now, unfortunately, the Red Streaks, we don't have anything until Saturday. And we only got to call, 2 games, Raj, over the last week since the last show, and they were both heartbreakers.
Both games was.
Yeah, I mean, it was down to the wire, both games, and we'll start with the Paint Valley game, and Coach Lockery and his squad. I mean, they came to Piketon to play, and Braylon Robertson scored 25 points. And Lucas, or who's the other kid? Carson Free had 21.
Yeah.
So I mean, they really put on a clinic out there, but it wasn't for a lack of effort from the Red Streaks. We had 4 players in double-digit points. It just came down to the wire, and both teams just really played good games. The Red Streaks played an excellent game with excellent defense, excellent offense. Paint Valley played an excellent game, excellent defense, excellent offense. It's just they were shooting the lights out. Braylon couldn't miss.
He was just throwing them up. It don't matter. He was just throwing them up, and they were going in.
Well, he had 20 on two. I did the Western Paint Valley game on Tuesday or
that Tuesday, before our game.
And he had 20 that night, and Free had 18, I think. So, and I told him, I said, listen, you got about 2 or 3 guys you got to watch. And my exact quote to Chili was, if you let them score in the 60s, you're not going to win. And unfortunately, I was right.
Yep.
Yeah, 62-61 was the final score. I mean, and another one just kind of came down to the last second, and it is what it is. But, I mean, it was a valiant effort by the Red Streaks. Just Paint Valley came out on top. So, then we traveled up to Huntington Hills last night, and they took care of us up there at Huntington, so I appreciate that. Got us all set up. We got all connected, and then I couldn't call out. So I couldn't tell
the station there done that.
I couldn't tell the station, hey, I'm ready to go. I'm ready. I got all this, got all my video equipment, but I couldn't tell them to send it to us, so we got on late. But that game, that was another one where, when you look at the breakdown over quarters, Piketon outscored Huntington every quarter but the second. And Huntington scored 21 points to our 13. And we had, we played good ball, very limited turnovers, good rebounds. They were down by 2 with 5.5 seconds to go. Coach Uri calls an extra timeout, tries to set up his options. He gets the ball in, and as he gets it into somebody, because their main scorer fouled out, Noah Potter, or one of their main scorers, and so they're looking. They got Carson Hinnenberger in there, and they get the ball to him, and he's probably 4 or 5 feet back from the 3-point line, and he's got like 2 seconds to go, and he fires off a 3, and it was nothing but net. And by the time Piketon got the ball, the time expired.
I'm Kelsey Page. What you got
and
going on
it
right
was
now?
just
are you at work?
It was just a heartbreaker.
Wherever you are, whatever you're doing,
I got the station coming in.
Thank you for choosing us. It's 24K Golden and Ian Dior with Mood.
So yeah, it was just. Both games, Paint Valley and the Huntington, but it just didn't fall the Red Streaks' way, and the Red Streaks, unfortunately, we don't come back to play until Saturday, and the tournament draw will already be in. We'll get our spot on the 11th on Sunday, and we did, because of that loss, we did move down 1 spot. But yeah, just an excellent game by both teams. Huntington came to play. Their team has really improved from games 1 and 2 that Raj and I called to now, and even the first Piketon game that they played, at Piketon I think won by 20 maybe that game, but they really came to play, and look, and we were it was kind of cool. Coach Uri came up and talked to us after the game, and he wasn't taking no for an answer. He was going to get on there, and he did a good interview. It was great talking to him. He's a very fine coach, and he gave all the props to Piketon and Coach Miller because they did an excellent job. It was a game that that's the way the cookie crumbled, and we came home with a loss. So that's a lot of information over a short period of time. But I mean, you're the Iron Man, Freddie. You got all the games. We got a couple good ones in both games. I was just on the edge of my seat. So
both games we were.
But you know what? We've spent enough time talking about the past. We're going to now talk about this Eastern Eagles girls team here after this next break. So we'll be back here on 100.1 and on Total Media Radio on YouTube here in 2 minutes with Coach Darren King, and then Rockin Rod is going to interview some players. So we'll back in 2 minutes.
County Sheriff in 2024. Tim Dickerson is a lifelong resident of Pike County and has over 28 years of law enforcement experience. Tim Dickerson brings the knowledge and experience that will reduce crime, establish great community relations, and eliminate wasteful spending. Pike County residents can expect more in '24. Elect Tim Dickerson, Pike County Sheriff. Paid for by the candidate, Tim Dickerson. Brewster's Hometown Pharmacy is a family-owned independent retail pharmacy located at 104 Thornton Drive in Piketon, accepting all major insurance, offering prescription medication and over-the-counter products, immunizations, free countywide delivery, text messaging when your prescriptions are ready. A refill link is available on our website, brewstersrx.com, or call 740-648-3020. Check out our excellent selection of must-have items. Brewster's Hometown Pharmacy, 104 Thornton Drive, Piketon.
In the heart of Piketon, Ohio, where the whispers of the deep woods resonate, there's a name you can trust. Deep Woods Lumber Company, buyers of standing timber and land. They stand as pillars of reliability. For those with acres of dreams, Deep Woods Lumber Company is your partner in turning possibilities into reality. With 4 generations of expertise, call them today at 740-835-1584 or visit them at 2027 Williams Road in Piketon.
Re-elect Tracey D Evans, Pike County Sheriff. As your Pike County Sheriff, Tracey D Evans has updated the 911 communication system to comply with state standards, has obtained over $500,000 in state grants to lessen county expense, has brought the DARE program to all Pike County schools. Pike County Sheriff Tracey D Evans is seeking funding from House Bill 33 for a new jail construction in Pike County. And the Pike County Sheriff's Office is a member of the Multi-County Major Crimes Task Force. Re-elect Tracey D Evans, Pike County Sheriff. Susan Carrico, CPA Treasurer.
Ritchie's Backyard Barbecue is your smokehouse haven. Indulge in brisket, pulled pork, baby back ribs, and more. From specialty pizzas to the best steaks and country-style ribs around, they've got it all. Enjoy a fantastic atmosphere with 8 big screen TVs and a wall projector for sports. Catering and banquet rooms available too. Located at 577 Southwest Street in Piketon, call 740-443-6303 for fabulous food at Ritchie's Backyard Barbecue.
And welcome back, everybody, to Ritchie's Inside the Paint, coming to you live from Ritchie's Backyard Barbecue Party Room here in Piketon, Ohio. Want to welcome now Coach Darren King of the Eastern Lady Eagles. And Coach King, thank you so much for coming out and bringing this team. We really appreciate it. So welcome to the show, and tell us just a little bit about yourself and a little bit about your team, and then we'll fire off some questions.
Well, I've been coaching for, I think this is my 20th year overall. Started out helping Rob Day in the early 90s, mid-90s, and then took over in 2011 and 12 as head coach. Then took a break for about 3 or 4 years and then came back 3 years ago. So I've been a head coach for 9 years. The team this year, we're awful young. As everybody knows, a young team goes through some ups and downs. And, we play well, and then we hit a bump, and then we struggle for a little bit. And then
There you go.
we've played some really tough competition. Our non-league schedule at the beginning of the year before Christmas was pretty brutal for a young team. We had Memphis and Wheelersburg. We had Notre Dame at the beginning of the year, and me basically playing a JV team with a bunch of freshmen and some sophomores, and we've got 2 seniors. And it's just rough for these kids coming from what we were in before, the SOC2, coming from that and jumping right in and playing those top-tier D4 teams and D3 teams at the beginning of the year. It was a rough start for us. We picked up a few wins, and we play well. Then sometimes we hit a wall and we struggle, and then we get back to playing some pretty good basketball. So hopefully we've been playing okay the last couple games we've had. Hopefully right now is the time you want to going into the tournament.
So you have how many more regular season games left? Is that just one? Is that correct?
Yeah, we play Oak Hill tomorrow night. It's our senior night. So
at Eastern, so yeah, and they're still having the game, right? I mean,
yes.
That's kind of been a question that I've been asked. With school being out with illness, are they still having games? And the answer that I'm getting is yes. So you'd know more than me. So then you jump right in, and you guys are the what's your seed number here?
11.
So you're 11. So you actually play at a neutral site, and you're playing. Is that green?
Green, yeah.
And where are you playing green?
Portsmouth High School.
Okay, and that's going to be 2:15 at 8 p.m.
Yep.
So
What they done this year, they done with the RPI rankings.
Yep.
They kind of done it like the NCAA does.
Right.
They took the teams and ranked them, and then they put them more at a neutral site this year instead of making teams travel where we used to travel clear to Meigs and Athens. And I mean, some teams were only traveling 15, 20 minutes, and we were traveling an hour and a half.
Yeah.
So they've tried to centralize those battles that we have now for sectionals instead of making them all at one place.
Right.
Now green is a team that you guys have faced before.
Yeah, we played them, I think it was the second or third game of the season, down at third place. They beat us by 9, I believe. And then we played them about 2 weeks later at home, and that was one of those games we struggled. They've got a really good freshman, coach's daughter, the Knapp girl that plays for them. We struggled at home more than we did down at Green. So we're looking forward to this rematch, trust me.
Oh, I imagine you're probably prepared and watching some film and learning.
Yeah,
let's hear it, girls.
Yeah, we're excited. I was hoping to. I mean, you always want the best seed you can get, and I think this seed fit us well with our record and who we've played. So I think we'll be ready for them next Thursday.
So before I turn it over to you, Freddie, you mentioned you coached in the '90s with Coach Day. So you probably coached my wife, Brandy.
I did.
Okay.
Yeah.
I bet she's tuned in. I told her you were going to be here. She's not feeling too good, so she was going to come down and check it out. But
yeah, she was on that regional semifinal team.
Oh yeah,
regional final team actually in 2000.
She talks about it.
Yeah.
Yep,
Yeah.
she does.
Good basketball.
Yeah, that was
Freddie,
good. That was a good team. Did a good job. Well, Darren, rightfully so, a great player in his day. I mean, all those King guys, brothers, they're all good players and great guys. And I know he does a great job. But it's just something that's in your blood. And I mean, once you get out, I mean, I know you took a break from it, but you really like doing it, or love doing it, I should say, or you wouldn't be doing it. And, kudos to you for some of the good coaches are, they're kind of getting out of it. And I just hope enough of them stay, just like the referees, to be honest with you.
Right.
Hopefully they'll stay and bring some of these younger coaches in and say, hey, listen, this is, let's learn from the old dogs. Not that you're an old dog, but you're old school.
They think I am.
Yeah, they probably do. They probably do. But hey, do you like this RPI system? Now I know in the past some coaches stuck at the coaches, and I know they're trying to get away from that totally, which is good.
I like the RPI. That way, I mean, it's one of those things where I don't know if you ever went to sectional drawing meetings and stuff like that, but it's one of those things where these several coaches would sit and talk to each other, and there would be some questionable seating.
Yes, sir.
I think this takes care of that.
It does, yeah.
And I think the one thing that I like is the neutral sites.
Yeah.
I mean, last year and year before last, like you mentioned before, the upper seed always had the home games.
Yeah.
Well, with this RPI ranking now, they've done away with that. So they want a neutral sites. And if you have to play a play-in game, then of course it's at the higher seed.
Right.
I think there's 2 or 3 play-in games, maybe. I think.
Yeah, there is.
But those seeds have to play at that higher seed. But now, where if you play in a sectional title game, you're playing all at a neutral site.
Yep.
So I like it. I think it's okay. I think it's good for. I think it's more fair to the kids. And I think this is what this is about. It's about the kids. So we and that's one of the things you mentioned me coaching earlier. That's what I've told these kids and we've talked about it. I said it's one of these things that you guys hopefully in 4 or 5 years you look back and there's other things other than basketball that happen. So hopefully that's one of the reasons I do it. So.
Well, now looking, I'm not getting the cart before the horse, but if you win, you play the winner of South Gallia and Clay. What's your thoughts on those two teams?
Well, we've played South Gallia twice, of course, because they're in our league now.
Right.
Very, very quick team. Very good team. They have a an aggressive front three defensive line that they play, and we played them about 2 weeks ago, I think, and we missed a lot of bunnies. Not that we would have come out on top with the victory, but I think if we would have knocked down 6 or 8 of those bunnies, it would have changed the momentum and would have changed the defensive pressure and the attitudes, I think. But I mean, they're a 3 seed. It's going to be tough.
Yeah.
I mean, anytime you get to the districts into the semifinals and finals, it's tough from there on out. So we're looking at green right now. First, we're going to take care of Oak Hill tomorrow night.
Yep.
And then hopefully, as the saying is, it's hard to beat a team 3 times.
Yes, it is.
So
I totally agree with that.
We're looking forward to this week and next week.
Got anything else, Big Dog?
No, I don't think so. I do want to mention, actually, Roger, I'm going to turn your mic on. Do you have anything for Coach King? Okay. Well, and I do want to mention, too, we would like to get more coverage for girls basketball. And one of the things that I saw today from Total Media was a sponsorship package to cover some of these tournament games. So, T-Fred, me, and Rockin Raj, and if we can find, some other broadcasters, we would love to be able to cover all 4 schools and boys and girls. So, the packages are out there. We're trying to look at if it's possible. So if anybody wants to sponsor, the girls coverage, please, get a hold of somebody at Total Media, yourtotalmedia.com, or what's the station number, T-Fred? I can
947-2166. And holler at Deb, and she'll get a hold of Hot Rod. And
Yep. Yeah. So we definitely want to cover, like I said, we want to cover more girls sports because it's a really good product to see out there on the court, and love to see more coverage. So, Coach, your final thoughts before we let you go and get into the crowd and get to embarrass some of these girls.
Yeah, well, that's what they're looking for. Too, I think, is you out there talking to them.
Yeah, well, it'll be the Rockin Raj doing that.
No, we're like I said, we're a young group. We've improved definitely over the season.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited for these kids, and it's we've talked about it from day one. You just have to believe in yourself.
Yeah.
You believe that you can do it. Then your teammates see that, and it grows, and you get that good vibe in the gym, in the locker room before the game, after the game, and you try to keep that. And the kids are. Like I said before, it's been a struggle because we're young, but they're listening and learning, and that's all I can ask for them. As long as you listen to me and learn, and we go through things and we get better as a team, that's all we can ask for them as a coach. So I'm excited for next Thursday. I really am. We've talked about green already for the last couple of days in practice, and we talked a little bit about Oak Hill today, and hopefully they're going to be ready. I think they're a little bit hungry when I mentioned a sectional title. You only play one game.
Good.
You get a sectional title.
That would be good.
Cut the nets, baby. The
that's
nets
right.
belong to the Eagles.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's what they talked about. So,
all right. Well, Coach King, we really appreciate you coming on. And the Eastern Lady Eagles will play tomorrow at home at Eastern. It'll be senior night. Come out and get and honor our seniors. So you said you had 2 of them.
Yeah.
I think they're both looking at me.
Yeah. Madison Schuler and Kelsey Poorman are my 2 seniors.
So yeah, come out and support them, and then go down to Portsmouth and cheer the Lady Eagles on as they take on Green, and the tickets will probably be available at some point, but you got to go through the
I don't know how
HSAA tournament's website to buy the tickets. It seems like they always change it every year. So
I think also, Mike, you can get them down there now.
Can you do that?
I think so.
I think so.
That was an issue that we talked about in football. They were trying to change that. Come out, go down to Portsmouth, check them out, and cheer them on to victory. So with that being said, we're going to send it back to the station. We'll be back here in 2 minutes. Rockin Raj is going to go out in the crowd and interview some of these girls. So back here in 2 minutes on 100.1 WXCQ and Your Total Media on YouTube.
Please elect Tim Dickerson Pike County Sheriff in 2024. Tim Dickerson is a lifelong resident of Pike County and has over 28 years of law enforcement experience. Tim Dickerson brings the knowledge and experience that will reduce crime, establish great community relations, and eliminate wasteful spending. Pike County residents can expect more in '24. Elect Tim Dickerson, Pike County Sheriff. Paid for by the candidate, Tim Dickerson. Brewster's Hometown Pharmacy is a family-owned independent retail pharmacy located at 104 Thornton Drive in Piketon, accepting all major insurance, offering prescription medication and over-the-counter products, immunizations, free countywide delivery, text messaging when your prescriptions are ready. A refill link is available on our website, brewstersrx.com, or call 740-648-3020. Check out our excellent selection of must-have items. Brewster's Hometown Pharmacy, 104 Thornton Drive, Piketon.
In the heart of Piketon, Ohio, where the whispers of the deep woods resonate, there's a name you can trust. Deep Woods Lumber Company, buyers of standing timber and land. They stand as pillars of reliability. For those with acres of dreams, Deep Woods Lumber Company is your partner in turning possibilities into reality. With 4 generations of expertise, call them today at 740-835-1584 or visit them at 2027 Williams Road in Piketon.
Re-elect Tracey D Evans, Pike County Sheriff. As your Pike County Sheriff, Tracey D Evans has updated the 911 communication system to comply with state standards, has obtained over $500,000 in state grants to lessen county expense, has brought the DARE program to all Pike County schools. Pike County Sheriff Tracey D Evans is seeking funding from House Bill 33 for a new jail construction in Pike County. And the Pike County Sheriff's Office is a member of the Multi-County Major Crimes Task Force. Re-elect Tracey D Evans, Pike County Sheriff. Susan Carrico, CPA Treasurer.
Ritchie's Backyard Barbecue is your smokehouse haven. Indulge in brisket, pulled pork, baby back ribs, and more. From specialty pizzas to the best steaks and country-style ribs around, they've got it all. Enjoy a fantastic atmosphere with 8 big screen TVs and a wall projector for sports. Catering and banquet rooms available too. Located at 577 Southwest Street in Piketon, call 740-443-6303 for fabulous food at Ritchie's Backyard Barbecue.
All right, welcome back to Ritchie's Inside the Paint, coming to you live from Ritchie's Backyard Barbecue here in Piketon. You are listening to 100.1 WXEQ, your total media on YouTube and Main Street TV on Facebook. I'm the Madman alongside T-Fred. Coach King is going to stick around, jumping on the microphone, and Rockin Raj is in the crowd. And Rockin Raj,
I'm in the house.
Rockin Raj is in the house. Go ahead and let's start the interview.
All righty, girls, let's hear it. Eastern. Eagles. Eastern. Eagles. He's good. All righty. We'll start back here. What's your name?
Jaden Pope.
What grade you in?
9th. Or no, sorry.
I told you.
She's excited. She's excited. Just calm down.
I told you, Roger. They're all nervous, buddy.
I'm in 10th.
Okay, how many years have you played basketball?
4.
4 years? Okay, let me ask you this. I'm going to ask all of you this. What's your most memorable thing that you don't forget? It's always in your mind when you was playing basketball.
Like a memory or
Yeah,
like?
remember.
I don't know. Crap.
I'm sure you got to have something now.
Nothing. Help me.
Okay, she's speechless here.
There must be too many to think about, right?
Hey, Roger, I can tell you somebody to talk to. This little blonde right here.
Okay, I will.
That one.
Okay, anybody you want to give a shout out to?
My mom. And my dad.
Your mom and dad.
Some-
boyfriend? Here we go.
There we go. Same old
And
answer.
again.
Yep.
Hey, Roger, something I want to mention about this team that I'm probably more proud of them than what they've done this year. That group sitting out there has a 3.86 cumulative GPA right now. That's what we've done.
Good job.
And that's probably, I told them the other day when I found out, when I checked their grades, that's probably, I'm more proud of you for that than anything we've done on the floor
Yeah,
right
good,
now.
good
So,
job. That's great.
Yeah, very proud. So we'll move on. What's your name?
Brenna Daddy,
What grade you in?
9th.
How many years have you played basketball?
A long time. I don't know how many years.
How many years? You got any favorite memory?
Yeah. Whenever some girl on our team falls, it's very funny.
Okay, y'all heard that.
She's not here.
Oh, she's not here?
Oh, okay.
She's not here, so you can talk about her.
Yeah.
Anybody you want to give a shout out to?
My mom.
Your mom?
Yeah.
Any boyfriends?
Yeah,
You'll give him a shout out?
sure. My boyfriend.
Oh, nameless. Nameless.
Shout out to your boyfriend, but you're not going to say his name.
No.
That's
It's a secret, Mom. So what's your name?
Hannah Allen.
What grade you in?
I'm a sophomore.
How many years have you played basketball?
5.
Any memories that sticks in your mind?
Yeah, when I tripped over the ref in 8th grade.
I bet everybody laughed about that one.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody you want to give a shout out to?
My mom.
What about your boyfriend?
That's for another day.
It's another day, boyfriend. So she's thinking about you, but she's not going to give you a shout out. Hello, what's your name?
Kylie Weaver.
Okay, Kylie, what grade you in?
I'm a junior.
How many years have you played basketball?
I've played since 3rd grade. Wait. 8 years.
So what's your best memory playing basketball?
Probably when Coach King went to go move Livy one time and she wasn't paying attention and she fell on the floor.
So everybody made fun of her.
Yeah, we all laughed.
Anybody you want to give a shout out to?
My family and my coach for always supporting us.
So here we go. The first player to give a shout out to her coach.
That's
What
good.
about boyfriend?
That's good.
Yeah.
Well, go ahead. Give a shout out.
Shout out to Franklin.
Hey, Franklin. She give you a shout out.
Oh, goodness.
What's your name?
Madison Schuler.
What grade you in?
I'm a senior.
You're a senior. So what's your thoughts about when you get out of high school? What are you going to do?
I'm going over to Scioto to do the LP and RN program at the CTC.
That's great. How many years have you played basketball?
I'd say about since 3rd grade, so probably about 9.
Any great memory or anything that sticks in your mind that you won't forget?
Yeah, one time I was at a scrimmage and I made a real bad mistake. Don't know what was going on. Coach King grabbed me and was like, "What in the world are you doing?" And I said, "I'm not quite sure." He said, "Get your head out of your butt and play the game."
Hey, that's what great coaches do. Anybody you want to give a shout out to?
Mom and Coach King for stepping up when we went through like 4 basketball coaches.
Here we go. Any boyfriends?
Heck no.
All right.
She give me the look to kill on that one.
I saw that, Rod.
So I'll move along. So what's your name?
Lakin Gullet,
What grade you in?
sophomore.
Sophomore. How many years have you played basketball?
Like 7.
Any great memories?
No.
None at all. There's got to be something.
I don't know.
Okay. Anybody you want to give a shout out to?
Parents and my coach.
Getting signals.
Now, what about this when he tapes her hand?
There's a picture of her like grasping a basketball, so sometimes he tapes her hand so she won't grip it.
You didn't want to let that out? Any boys you want to give a shout out to?
Kristen Smith.
They're going to say it for you. What's your name?
Ashley Likens.
What grade you in?
9th.
9th grade. How many years have you played basketball?
About 6.
Any one memory that sticks in your mind?
Playing with my cousin Lakin.
Anybody you want to give a shout out to?
My mom, my dad, my brother, my boyfriend. Isaiah.
Hey, Isaiah. Isaiah. We'll go over here because this one, like,
She's hiding her head. Look at her.
Yeah.
what's your name?
Liberty Ward.
What was that? Just take a deep breath.
She will
You'll be
not,
fine.
She will not be quiet in practice. Trust me.
Liberty Ward.
Okay, what grade you in?
9.
How many years have you played basketball?
Since like the 3rd grade.
Any great memories?
Yes.
One that you want to talk to us about?
And I rolled my ankle, and Coach King came over to me and he said, "Where's your ankle brace at?" And I said, "Not on my foot." He started laughing at me and said that he knows it's not on my foot, and then he grabs my foot and ties my shoes as tight as he could and yells at me for my shoes not being tight. Okay, I'm done.
Anybody you want to give a shout out to?
My coach and my family.
Any boyfriends?
No.
She's not going to let that out, Mom. Hi, what's your name?
Kelsey Portman.
What grade you in?
I'm a senior.
Okay, when you get out of high school, what's your plans?
I'm going to go to Rio Grande and do sonography.
Yeah, that's great there. How many years have you played basketball?
Since like 3rd grade.
Any one great memory you want to tell us about?
This is the last year and first year I get to play with my little sister, Livy.
Anybody you want to give a shout out to?
My mom and Coach King.
And that's it? No boys?
No, no.
Tucker! Can you hear me, Tucker?
Wow. They all got red. Look at that.
What's your name?
Leah Rader.
What grade you in?
I'm a freshman.
How many years have you played ball?
Since 3rd grade.
Since 3rd grade? What's the one great memory that you want to talk about?
One time during the JV game, I made a game-winning. I made the game-winning shot.
That's something you'll never forget.
Yeah.
I bet you was the hero all week at school, wasn't you?
To Ashley Likens, I was.
Anybody you want to give a shout out to?
My family and Coach King.
Any boys?
No. I don't have a boyfriend. I don't have a boyfriend. I'm sorry.
Mom and Dad, she has no boyfriend.
I see Dad in the background there. He's probably happy to hear that.
Oh, which one are her parents?
Him right there.
Oh, that's why. Okay, girls, let's hear it. Eastern.
Eagles.
Eastern.
Eagles.
Eastern.
Eagles.
All right, Madman, you got anything?
No, I think you covered it all. You've embarrassed them enough. I'm not going to say much more.
Okay, I'll send it back to you.
All righty. Well, guys, I think we embarrassed the team. Raj did anyway. Final thoughts before we get out of here. Coach?
Appreciate it. Thank you. Just really enjoy doing what I'm doing. And thank the community, the parents, the school. Thank for all the support that we do get, or that the kids get, I should say. Mm-hmm. It's nice to see a good crowd come out and support your kids, no matter what sport they play.
Absolutely.
So we just really appreciate it, and thank you for the opportunity to come out and do the show.
Well, we really appreciate you coming, and I know we had some little illness ourselves, so we had to move you this week. So appreciate you bearing with us and bringing out the girls, and really happy that they're here and they're. And remember, I saw some parents out taking pictures. You can go to our YouTube channel. And replay this as many times as you want. You can play it for the boyfriends that you didn't give shout-outs to, or the boyfriends can say, hey, what the heck? But parents, you can go. It's Total Media Radio on YouTube. We're also on Main Street TV on Facebook. So you can go back and watch yourselves, watch your kids, listen to the coach, and listen to us kind of prattle on about basketball. So, T-Fred, you got anything before we get out of here? It's 7:58.
Good luck to all the county teams, boys and girls. The tournament fever is going to catch on quick. It starts next week, and good luck and go get them.
Yeah, and again, I mean, if somebody wants to jump on the sponsorship bandwagon, we would love to be able to cover some of the girls' tournament games. The three of us would for sure, and you'll just drag T-Dog along. He just goes where you tell him. So, right? He won't come here though. We can't get him on the show, but. Anyway, so for when's your next game, T-Fred?
Friday night. I got Friday, Saturday.
So he's got Friday, Saturday. We've got Friday, Saturday. Now Friday, to all you Eastern Eagle fans, Rockin Raj and myself with Declan Davis, we're going to be at the Eagles Nest. We're going to be calling the game on 100.1 WXEQ, and we're going to be live streaming, thanks to D Money over here. We're going to be live streaming the game on YouTube and on Main Street TV on Facebook. So we're going to bring our production that we normally do the Piketon home games with. We're going to bring that to Eastern to broadcast this big SOC2 matchup between these two teams. So check us out if you can't make it out. Definitely, on one of the Total Media platforms. So for Rockin Raj T-Fred, I'm the Madman Mike Davis. Thank you all for coming. We appreciate it. We appreciate everybody tuning in. And go Eagles.
Thanks for joining us for Ritchie's Inside the Paint, presented by Rock Water Campground. Join us again next Wednesday night at 7 o'clock, live from the party room at Ritchie's Barbecue off US 23 in Piketon. Inside the Paint, presented by Rock Water Campgrounds, is brought to you in part by Brewster's Real Estate and Auction and by Tim Dickerson for Sheriff, and a production of WXZQ Radio, a Total Media radio station. Thanks for listening.